Hello and welcome to STL Tech Talk full review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. I think you guys are going to be really excited about this one, so let's go ahead and get started. So looking at the Verizon box that it comes in, I love Verizon's attention to detail, or any detail for that matter, on their boxes. Samsung Galaxy Note 3, you got your Wi-Fi, the Safeguard, Android, OLED screen, HD, beautiful screen on this thing. I really enjoyed it. I think overall this device was just a really fantastic device to look at. But opening up the package, see it slides out from the side. You got your Samsung Galaxy Note 3, decals and that sort of thing. Just really, really neat. I like the wood look. It creates this experience when you're buying a device, so I really appreciate that. And thanks again to Verizon for letting us have this review unit. Looking at the packaging, it essentially contains the power cord, the USB cord. It contains, all the pertinent information. Without further ado, let's go ahead and open this thing up and look at the device. That's nice and clean. Very, very light. I thought this was going to be a lot heavier than what it was, but it was a very light device. Looking at the front of the screen, obviously you have your front-facing camera, headphone jacks at the top, microphone canceling speakers. Looking at the device, it's really, really nice. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the box and see what's inside. And this isn't cheaply made stuff for the box. I mean, it just goes to show it's not a cheaply made device in general. So open up the box, we get the get to know your phone. Obviously, when you open it up, it gives you the pertinent information like the front-facing camera, power lock, IR blaster, headset jack, volume rocker, menu, home back button, all those fun things. I really like I said, the way the attention to detail here, just to inform you what's going on. You got your camera lens, you got your flash, how to put in your SIM card, how to put in your SD card. That's really, that's all really nice stuff right there. I mean, one thing to note is that the SD card, the micro SD card, slides in right on top of the micro SIM card. Some of you may look at this and say, "Oh, where's my micro SIM card slot?" It's right on top of the nano SIM or the micro SIM card. So just kind of looking at some more information here, emails, you can open it up and, read even more. You get the pin included with the device. No extra charges there. This shows you what you can expect from the pin. You got your scrapbooker, action memo, screen write, S Finder, pin window. Let's see, you got some more apps over here, Google Play. You got your back button, double press on the home button, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. Let's see, Air View, Watch On, Mobile Web, S-Beam, the large video files, photos, documents, S-Beam by touching two compatible devices back to back. That's what you see on some of the commercials where people, touch their devices together, and I like that a lot. So, okay, so open it up here. We have the Spanish version of directions. I'm not very good at Spanish, so we'll just put that away. And then let's see here. Let's go ahead and turn this the right way, huh? Okay, so product and safety. Obviously, don't overheat the device if you can. Things of that nature. Read through some of these things sometimes. It's kind of important for sure. Safety and product information. Important consumer information, as well as just some additional documentation from Verizon. They really kind of go, like I said, the extra step and provide you with all this information. It's kind of neat just to look over some of this stuff because sometimes it's not involved when you purchase this device otherwise. Global support. This device is really focused towards people who are pretty productive. I would say that with a 90% confidence that this device is going to be used by the business people. Here's all the ways to reach the customer support globally, and this is a global device. I mean, I really see someone in business traveling a lot with this device, or even a personal business or small business, whatever the case may be. Here's your US. Let's see. First, this is the little clipper that pulls out. While I try to open this thing up here, essentially the S Pen has a little tip on it, and that tip is a feels like plastic, but there's some other technologies going on there. But you can, with this device, or with this little clip here, let me go ahead and get a closer shot of these little tips. So that's what the tips look like. They're pretty fine. They're pretty small, so they make for good writing. But anyway, so you clip them in with this, and then you pull it out of the S Pen, and then you replace them if they get scratched, because you don't want to scratch your screen with this S Pen while you're using it. Here's the USB cord. This is unique. The USB cord is not your standard, not your standard micro USB port. This is a kind of a different route that Samsung decided to go. It looks a lot like some of Toshiba's external hard drives, things of that nature. But it's really thick wire. It's really nice. It's going to last you a long time, or at least it should. Pulling out the charger here. I got to say, even with the LG G2, I would charge your device from something that is unique to the handset manufacturer, meaning this little Samsung logo here, charging it with that plug-in. There's nothing else in here, so that is what contained inside the box. Now we have the device itself. Looking at this thing from the front, it's looks just like kind of your Mega, your Galaxy S4, something like that. But looking at the back here, I'm trying to show you some detail. This feels like car leather, so to speak. The fake leather that's in cars. That kind of that rubberized feel, and it's unique to the device, hands down, really unique to the device. I would say that for the most part, you're going to be pretty impressed with the fact that it's kind of a little hard to scratch, and also it's hard, it's not a fingerprint magnet, and it's easy to grip this device as well. So I think everybody's going to be pretty happy with that. 3.5mm headphone jack at the top. You got a whole bunch of sensors in this device. You got like barometer sensors, tested for humidity, things of that nature. So let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Let's power it on. And it runs really fast. The biggest thing here, 2.5G GSM. 850, 900, 1800, 1900 megahertz, 3G spectrum, HSPA plus, 42 megabytes per second, 850, 900, 1900, 2100 megahertz, 4G LTE, as well as up to 6 different bands set on depending the market. Processing power, LTE, 2.3 gigahertz quad-core processor, 3G 1.9 octa-core processor. Displays a 5.7-inch, 144.3 millimeter. Here's your S Pen, by the way. It slides out really nicely from the bottom. It's got this nice Samsung logo. They didn't go cheap here. Sometimes you feel like Samsung products are a little cheap. I didn't feel like they went cheap on this. So as I'm setting up the phone, I'm just kind of running through some of the specifications here with you. And again, this is a really fast device. It's just loading everything up right now. S Pen features Air Command, Action Memo, Scrapbook, S Finder, Pen Window, Multi-Window, Direct Pen Input. I really like the multi-window. We're going to get that here in just a little bit. It has Group Play, Share Music, Share Pictures, Share Video. I'm just setting up the device right now, so no worries here. We'll go ahead and set this up. I'll just put in my information. Off the top of my head, Samsung apps, Samsung Hub, Chat On, Samsung Watch On, S Voice, Samsung Adapt Display, Samsung Adapt Sound and Audio to adjust sensitivity. It is glove friendly, which is a huge improvement over the fact that you have to wear special gloves just to use this thing. Alright, so looking at the device from the get-go, we got a 4.3 Jelly Bean OS on this with TouchWiz running on top of it, for those of you who care about that sort of thing. Looking at the device, very, very fast and snappy, just very quick, very nice and fluid, exactly how you want, any electronic to be. This is it. So looking at the setting up the email, obviously you can set up, your corporate, your Yahoo, AOL, Windows Live, Verizon.net, and others as well. But we having already set it up, I really like that home button. Now I've kind of gotten used to it with these Samsung devices. It's kind of locked right here, but you can swipe up and down. Okay, so you can swipe up and down here on the left. Now this is a quick access to applications. It's the same thing as a pull down from the top of your quick access to any of the applications that you're used to as far as wireless. Setting up the wireless. Let's see, let's go ahead and close that out. All right, so I just opened up my Gmail application from the side. Here's the camera app. All right, so for the camera, we have a 13 megapixel BSI sensor, autofocus camera with smart stabilization, LED flash with high contrast, zero shutter lag, a sub-front 2 megapixel BSI sensor with smart stabilization with full HD recording. That's 30 frames per second. Dual camera, dual shot, and dual recording, dual video call. Recording UHD 30 frames per second. Let's see, smooth motion, slow motion. It also has the camera mode is drama shot. You got sound in shot, animated photo, eraser, best photos, best face, beauty face, HDR, which is high dynamic range for those of you who care. Panorama, you've got sports, golf, surround shot, and live effect. For the video, you had the codec. It has all the different MP4s concerns, audio, all the different MP3s. Really quick device here. I can't say that enough. It's a really nice device. Really nice. It has the Wi-Fi 802.11, A, B, G, N, and AC, GPS, NFC. I love the fact that it has NFC, Bluetooth version 4, an IR blaster like we said before. Here's Chrome. And then here on the bottom of the device, you can kind of see it a little bit, and I just got rid of it, but that was having the dual screen mode, which is really interesting and cool, and we'll show that here in a sec. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you how fast the internet speeds are on Verizon 4G LTE in the St. Louis area here. And I'm going to go ahead and go to our website, stltechtalk.com. That's stltechtalk.com. I know I can't remember it sometimes, even when I'm trying to type it in. But I just wanted to show how fast and responsive the device was. And again, this is all over 4G, and this is very quick. We have a lot of content on the website. So this is the mobile version, and just kind of looking at a few things here. Very responsive. I really like that about this device. I was missing that a little bit from the Samsung Galaxy Mega. The sensors in the device, you have your gesture, accelerometer, geomagnetic, gyroscope, RGB, proximity, barometer, temperature and humidity, Hall sensor, memories, 32, 64 gigabyte, depending on, and then plus the micro SD card slot. You can swipe up and down from the bottom to review previous applications. Again, get into that just here in a minute. Let's see if there's any other kind of, oh, battery. Battery on this thing, 3,200 milliamp battery. I really like that. Here on our site, you can go through and go down and view all the different ecosystems, and then find out the information that you'd like to know about them. Again, on the top, let's go ahead and go back home here. Okay, so looking at the device, scale was an issue with the Samsung Mega, but looking at this device, man, the fonts, the sizes, everything's perfect. It's the way it should be for TouchWiz, which is the operating system that runs on top of Android. Here's just kind of just flipping through tasks, flipping through the calendar, and just seeing different appointments and things of that nature. Very nice implementation. I'll say that. So we'll send a quick text message just to show you kind of the keyboard responsiveness. We'll send it to editor-in-chief of the site here, Kevin Harvell. You can find him at Kevin Harvell on Twitter. Hit him up there. Let's see. Hello. Hello. Kevin, there we go. Doing the Samsung review. Okay, and the processor, that's something that I should have said from the get-go. This is a 800 megahertz processor. Fast. If I could say fast over and over again as many times as it takes, this thing is fast. I think that every single one of you guys are going to enjoy this device as far as from a speed perspective goes. Accessories, you can get the Flip wallet with that. You know, you can go to Verizon and when you go into the store pick this thing up, or even Verizon.com. I think they should have some pretty nice deals for you there to get those. Okay, so kind of looking at this, here's the Internet Explorer, or excuse me, here's the browser, the Internet browser. It's kind of standard that comes on, you know, all the devices. It's not the Chrome application that everybody's used to. So, you know, that's, you know, if that's a concern for you. Here you have your Amazon applications. You know, all these Amazon applications are fantastic. So, you know, it's really nice that you got your Amazon separated from your Google Plus, Hangouts, your Google settings, you know, Google Music, Gmail, games, all the speech recognition, all that kind of stuff. Then you have your Samsung specific stuff. You have, you know, your Flipboards, your S memos. Here's the spot for Galaxy Gear Management. So that's something we're going to be definitely doing a review on here soon. But if you have the Galaxy Gear, which is the watch from Samsung, that's going to be a part of it as well. You know, just a lot of really neat applications in here. And then you have your standard Verizon applications that come with it. You know, voicemail, NFL Mobile, security. You can go ahead and pin that to the start screen this way. And you can look at more settings down here on the left capacitive button. You hit the home button itself. If you press on it, you get to pull up all the different, this is like the menu button, or the menu for other Android devices. So you can go to swipe those to the right, and then you get rid of the applications altogether so that they're not running in the background, which is really good, and it's a battery saver. So I think that's what all of you should remember. Absolutely, hands down for sure. You know, going a little bit further, we have the calculator app, you know, your downloads, your files, and different settings here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some more information. Let's go ahead and open up the music app. This is the Samsung Music app. You know, if you have a Samsung device and you're coming from the Note, the original Note, or the Note 2, you know, I really think that, you know, this is all to scale. It's exactly how you want it. You know, this looks very nice and clean interface. I enjoyed it immensely as far as if you're a Samsung fan. So opening up the Play Store, we're going to go ahead and check out. You have your standard apps, your movies and TV, books, games, music, wallpapers, things of that nature. Let's go ahead and put the device down for just a sec. Okay, coming back, we have the real question maker here is, what does this device act like?
There has been an explosion. Officials searching for answers as to who, what, or why.
As President of the United States, I pray this day would never come.
Complete chaos here on the streets of D.C.
We don't know what is happening exactly.
This is John Cale. I'm with the president. They've taken the building and they're holding hostages.
Help is not coming. You just need to get out of there.
This is the president. You could connect me to whatever command structure we still have.
Okay. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to show you guys what the audio sounds like, because the speaker is actually at the bottom of the device instead on the back, which is really nice, and I enjoy that a lot, especially for when you have phone calls and you want to put them on speaker. Let's see, flipping back through here. Let's go to the settings, or excuse me, all applications here. Again, here, you know, and then you have your widgets. If you were to swipe over to the left, you'd find your widgets, and you could set that up as well. Let's go ahead and go into Flipboard. This is something that I haven't previewed before that I'd like to go ahead and showcase here. I like Flipboard a lot just because of the interface, as well as, you know, just a new way of finding out information. You know, a lot of people sit in the air terminals. A lot of people are, you know, waiting on the bus or whatever the case may be is in the car with family traveling. If you want to flip through and find out some information, you can just flip through each story. If you want to find out the individual story content, you can go ahead and you know, click on, let's see, one of these stories. Let's click on this one here. Then it pulls up the story, and then, you know, here's this little transition, which is really neat. It's instead of moving the paper over. It looks like traditional paper. It's just flipping the story. That's why they call it Flipboard. You know, it's not from the swiping from the right or left, but it's just, you know, flipping up from the bottom and then from down from the top, almost like a little notepad from back in the day, like an actual notepad, not a sticky notepad. But never mind. So it turns out it turns out that North Korea is building a tablet. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so again, you know, really fast. You know, it really shows how fast that processor is. You know, looking at these different applications as they're running. So let's go ahead and, you know, preview the biggest part of this device, which is the S Pen. Now, I don't have fingernails, so it's hard for me to get that out, so that may be something to keep in mind. But it's not going to fall out. Here's that little click. You click this down, click, click, and you can pull up this information that we previously discussed here. And now notice, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm not actually touching the screen. I'm just hovering over the screen. So it's really interesting, the sensors on this phone, because you don't even need to touch the device sometimes for it to be responsive to your input. Okay. So here we just, you know, we can circle a piece of information, you know, we can send it to the web, we can find out more information about it, we can call somebody, we can put it up on YouTube, calculator, a little clock, these little widgets here. So this was kind of interesting. So say if I wanted to, you know, tap on S Notes. Now, you know, S Note is essentially a note-taking application, but there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. So I don't have time to get into all of that here, but we're just going to get into the quickness of it. And go ahead and open up just one page. I'm going to do something with lines on it. No, we don't want to set that now. But you can sync with Evernote and your Samsung account. It bounces back and forth, you know. So there's resistance a little bit, almost like the same, sort of like a pen. You know, it's if you're pressing too hard, there's a little bit of give, which is nice. So let's just say hello, everyone. You know, and then say if you were, you know, in your math class and you need to know the sum of a particular series, you know, a of k as it approaches infinity, whatever. Here's really neat. So you go ahead and just change it to an eraser, and then now it erases what you wrote. So that's really, really neat, really fun. You know, I can see a lot of business people getting a lot of use out of this, especially those people who are a little bit artistic. You know, you have your pencil, you know, a brush, you know, different kinds of like a marker. You have different colors. So let's just kind of show that off here a little bit. We're going to go ahead and write, you know, happy. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and change the font style. No, that's not what I want to do. Change the font style. Oh, well, if you were to click that T there, that brings up a translator. If you were wanting to type something out, or if you were wanting to read and it say happy or whatever the case may be, but we'll just type birthday, or we'll just write down birthday here. Let's go ahead and slide down, you know, whatever. And then so on and so on and so on. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and, you know, I'm just showing off the responsiveness, you know, of how quick this is. It's like you're actually writing on with a pen and paper. So we're going to go ahead and save this. You can change the name of it, but it's going to be saved from here going forward. So we can swipe in from the right. You know, let's see here. No, I'm already as far down as I can go. So instead of using your finger, you can use the pen to operate the input device, or as the primary input device for this device. So you can double tap on a picture or an image and it'll bring you a little bit closer. It's called the zoom feature there. You can zoom in and out. And then let's go ahead and show you again here. If I hold down and click on the S Pen, we'll get the menu to pop up for the S Pen specifically, which is all the different things that we talked about before. You know, so you're gonna, you know, it's really, like I said, it's really neat. I think that it's going to be an individual preference for how many times you use this, but I think that you're going to like using it a lot for sure. Okay, and then let's go ahead and say pull up the a browser, and then let's go ahead and run an additional application. Let's see, this is kind of neat. It just turns over to the right. You can, you know, close out of this, but that's not what we want to do. Let's see, let's go ahead and open a device from the side, and we'll say YouTube. So here's what this is a 2-screen display, and it's used really, really well with the S Pen. I would say about as good as it can be. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take a look. And so both screens are multitasking at the same time. So, for example, if we were to say leave one screen and go to the other screen, we would still be able to pick up where we left off previously. So we're just going to go ahead and run the little video. So say as this video is going on here, as this video is going on, at the very top, we can still get some work done and still do some searches and stuff like that. So say if you're wanting to multitask, like watch maybe some of the football game from your one of your Verizon mobile applications, and surf the web at the same time, you can do that, which is really, really neat on this device. And I think with the screen real estate and size, like I said, it makes it a real pleasure to use. That's for sure. Let's see. Okay, and now we're all done with that there. So let's see. Let's go back here. Let's go ahead and slide the S Pen back home. We'll go ahead and send you home, buddy. And it's not going to fall out. This device, it's a solid device. It's very clean. My only concern is, the scratching that may occur because there's a little bump for this 13 megapixel camera. I like the fact that it's light. It's, thin for what it is. But again, thank you, Verizon, for letting us have this as a review unit. I really think this is one of the best Samsung devices I've ever had the pleasure to review. I think everybody that gets this is going to be pleasantly surprised, and I don't think there's going to be any issues there. Again, you can follow us at stltechtalk.com, at stltechtalk, and that is your review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. Thank you, everybody, and I had a good time doing this. Goodbye.